I'm going to do something crazy, something kind of nuts. I'm going to do a book review in this blog. I'm not a big reader, so this is kind of ridiculous that I'm actually even sitting here talking about reading a book and giving my thoughts on it. But I really enjoyed this book. I read it really quickly. It was an easy read. Big print, not very many pages, only 200, which I really liked. It doesn't take much to impress me. But I was really impressed. The book is written by Rosie O'Donnell, and it's called Celebrity Detox. And I think I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really interesting how open she was with what she's gone through and dealt with, and how she's dealt with it, and her perspective on things. You know, having worked in television, it was something really to sit there and be like, okay, wow, this is an honesty you don't hear every day, you know, because people just don't talk of what it's like to deal with it. And I thought it was a really good book, really interesting. Usually when celebrities write these kind of books, they've got an axe to grind and they're just trying to make a quick buck. You know, all the money on this book went to a charity. And, you know, she did get into things that she had gone through with Barbara Walters and with Donald Trump, but I thought she handled it in a really classy way. Because she was the first to say what they think of her, you know, what they must think or have said or would say of her. You know, she was very, very grounded in kind of showing both sides of that coin and how it all played out, how things played out, and how it all went down. What do I want to say? I had a hard time getting this book in Canada. I had to order it online from the States. I have no idea why it's not sold in Canada, but it should be. It is a really, really good book. And the first 2 chapters I read, and, you know, because I was just reading for myself, and then I got a highlighter, and I just started highlighting certain things because there are so many moments in here where just quotes that are just like, whoa, that's like intense. That's like, wow, absorb some of that. In one part, she speaks about fame, and she talks about how, you know, it kind of just plays with your mind. And she says, people speak of you and see you in a certain way. You can become that which they think or speak or see. How to best explain this is a shift that happens in the head. This is something that very few rarely speak about. The inflation of self, the pride. One begins to believe in their specialness, and a dangerous sense of entitlement takes over. It feels shameful to speak of, and I do not do it easily. The drunkenness is not from alcohol or morphine. It's from the steady stream of praise pouring in. And that was, I think, of the whole book, that paragraph was just like, whoa. So many people I work with need to, like, read this, because it's some intense stuff. And, I don't know. I was very impacted by it, by a lot of the quotes, because she really, like, brings it down to earth as to what, I don't know, really interesting. I really did enjoy this, and I would strongly suggest anyone who works in the entertainment industry to read this on whatever level. And I think if you're just a fan, I think this would probably be a really great book too. I was coming at it from what I took from it was different than maybe most, I don't know. But it was definitely interesting. She talks a lot about Barbra Streisand, who was a big idol of hers, and who she, growing up, was listening to constantly, and meeting her for the first time, and how it affected her life, and kind of, yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting how she went from one show on her own show into The View, and, you know, how she thought they would respect the fact that she had been extremely successful, more successful in the ratings than they had ever been. And yet she signed on and realized once she got there that they had other things in mind, and they really weren't interested in utilizing her talent and what she could bring to it. And she found herself just kind of trapped. Like, what am I doing here? And it was interesting. It was really interesting to hear what she went through, and how she dealt with it, and how it all went really bad and turned into a big fight, and with the producers and Barbara Walters, and how it all kind of played out. And I don't know. like I said, I wasn't a big fan of Rosie. I didn't know much about her before this. Other than her shows and stuff, but I don't know. I'm definitely a fan of hers now, though. Anytime she's on, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I found her to be pretty interesting. She's an interesting character, and very grounded, very down to earth, and sincere. And so yeah, so the book review is Celebrity Detox by Rosie O'Donnell. And yeah, this will be the only book review I'll ever do because I have no intention of, becoming some reader that I'm not, or trying to pretend like I am. But I don't know. I found this really interesting, and I would definitely urge anyone who's interested in her, I guess, to pick it up. I enjoyed it, and it, like I said, it's an easy read, and even if you're not into it, you'll be done it in a couple hours. So that's it. The book is Celebrity Detox. Read it. I'm telling you, it's good shit.